Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Daily Deep. So today's topic is somewhat random, and it really has a lot to do with the years and hours of time and energy that it takes to be able to do some of the things that we want to do, or showcase some of the things that we believe we possess in the world. So I've been writing my book, and my book's called Building Your Own Economy. And in this book, I've been breaking down this concept of, we'll call it somewhat personal responsibility, and how it is simply our own responsibility to control the things that go on in our lives. And I started to write this book in December of 2020. Right now we're in April. And I started writing it, and it didn't come out. It didn't want to come out, man. It's kind of weird, but it couldn't come out of me. I couldn't force it out. And so I wrote a book between December and February or March, early March. I wrote a book, and it's not the book that I wanted to write, but I wrote a book. And that book was something that took me hours, and it was like it was being pulled or ripped out of me. And I couldn't, I was literally forced to write that book. And I don't mean somebody did, I mean I forced myself to write it. And then in early March, I realized that I couldn't put that book into the world because it wasn't the book I needed to write. And so in early March, I decided to write the second book called Building Your Own Economy. But this was actually, I had a strategy. And the reason I had a strategy is because I had invested a lot of time and energy and hours of my life actually writing this book without even knowing it. And so for the last month, I'm almost completed a book. I'm halfway done with the book almost. Book number 2, but this one's so easy to write. It is so easy to write. It's literally, it's hard to control the information flowing out of me, because to be honest with you guys, I've had this book in me for a long time. I've had these ideas, these concepts, this man, it's just been beautiful. I sit down now with a book and a pen and a blank piece of paper, if you will, and I could go on and on and on and on about the topic. And why? Because I spent a lot of time focusing on this without even knowing it. It's actually been my life's work for the last 15 years or so. All I've done is live this. All I've done is put this out there in the world. All I've done is focus on this without knowing. You see, we go through life really not knowing what we're doing. Honestly, you may think that you have a plan, but the plan really never goes according to plan. It always goes where it goes. But the cool thing about us as people is we have the ability to adapt. We have the ability to make changes. We have the ability to do things. And I think those adaptations, if you will, those changes, those pivots that we make along the way are really what create us. And those creations can really form your book, your life, the quality of life that you live, the success that you have. And so here's really what this all summarizes to. Sometimes we don't know what we're doing. Sometimes we don't know we're on the right path. Sometimes we, if you will, feel lost. And maybe you feel lost right now. Maybe you don't see the big picture. Well, it's all part of the plan, guys. And I'm not talking about just God's plan. I'm talking about it's just part of the process of being the best you. You know, no one can be good at anything without a lot of practice, and life is a big practice field. And as long as you're committed, life will continue to commit to you. So, don't know where this one was going, but I wanted to share that with you because it's been a lot of years from the making to make this happen. So, I wish you nothing but health, wealth, success, but most importantly, freedom. Have a great day, guys.